Murdaugh Murders, the new Hulu docuseries, explores and exposes how dark and sinister Alec Murdoch really is. To give everyone a brief backstory in case you're not all the way invested or familiar with it, Mallory Beach was tragically killed in 2019 when a drunk Paul Murdoch, which was Alec's son, crashed in the boat she was in. Paul was due in court on June 10, 2021 for a wrongful death lawsuit, which was allegedly about to expose all of Alec Murdoch's financial scams and fraud. Paul and his mother were tragically shot and killed just 3 days before that trial was set to begin. Coincidence? I think not, in my opinion. I also want to note the Murdoch family is a prominent legal dynasty from the Low Country of South Carolina, known for generations of prosecutors and a law firm. And there's just a lot of mysterious things within this family. A lot of mysteries, in my opinion. And I think there's a lot that's still going to be exposed and come out. Will Mandy Matney be the one to expose what's left to expose, or if there's anything left? Mandy was the investigative reporter behind the recent Hulu series Murdaugh Murders. Her real-life journalism and reporting of the case inspired Hulu's Murdoch: Death in the Family. In 2021, Mandy launched a true crime podcast delving into the double murders of Maggie and her son Paul. Her podcast chronicled not just the investigation, but also the family's legacy, criminal investigations into fraud, obstruction of justice, and connections to several mysterious deaths. Mandy Matney is both an executive producer and character in the fictionalized story, Murdaugh: Death in the Family. If you haven't been following this latest series, it is available on Hulu. And what is cool is Brittany Snow plays Mandy in the series. And despite Alec Murdoch being incarcerated currently, apparently he still has thoughts and opinions on this Hulu series that, by the way, is like a subscription-based streaming site. So I'm over here like, well, do you have a subscription-based streaming site that you're watching in prison? Just curious, asking for myself. Alec Murdoch's reaction from behind bars, the Daily Mail exclusively reports on. Alec blasts misleading portrayals in Hulu's new true crime series about the family's double murder. The article goes on to read, convicted killer Alec Murdoch has condemned a new Hulu series about the slaying of his wife and son, describing the show as inaccurate and misleading. The 56-year-old is serving 2 life sentences for murdering his wife Maggie and son Paul, the deaths of which make up the new Murdaugh: Death in the Family show. In a blistering statement issued on behalf of Alec after receiving reports about the recent Hulu program, Murdoch said he was deeply disappointed and disturbed by the dramatization. It's not believed Murdoch actually has a subscription to Hulu as he serves jail time, rather than the statement came after he received reports about the recent Hulu program. The program contains numerous inaccuracies and misleading portrayals that distort the truth of their lives, his attorney said, adding that the depiction of Murdoch's family dynamics was particularly troubling. It totally mischaracterizes Alec's relationship with his wife Maggie and his son Paul, both of whom Alec loves so dearly. The 8-part Hulu series, produced with input from journalist Mandy Matney, dramatizes the downfall of South Carolina's once powerful legal dynasty. Episode 6, June 7th, which aired this week, centers on the night of 2021 when Maggie and Paul were gunned down in the family's MOOREVILLE estate. The murders that shattered the Murdoch name and captivated audiences worldwide. While billed as a dramatization inspired by true events, the show takes notable creative liberties. Viewers see actor Jason Clarke portray Alec as an unstable patriarch, alternatively violent, manipulative, and self-destructive, opposite Patricia Arquette as Maggie. A controversial scene showing the couple in bed has drawn outrage online, described by commentators and commenters as disturbing and gratuitous. The production invents dialogue and condenses timelines. Some characters are renamed while others are composites. Murdoch's defense team says such changes cross ethical lines. Any other portrayal of his feelings toward Paul and Maggie are baseless and false, the attorney said. Equally concerning is the lack of engagement by the producers or actors to understand the individuals portrayed. Murdoch's lawyers, Dick and Jim, said neither Hulu nor the show's creators sought input from Alec, his son Buster, or any relatives before airing the series. No one from Hulu ever reached out to Alec, his son Buster, anyone in the Murdoch family, or Alec's attorneys to hear their perspective or verify the facts, the statement continued. Instead, the program appears to rely heavily on sensationalized accounts from secondary sources with no direct knowledge or relationship with him or his family. They urged viewers to approach the series with the knowledge that it is not an accurate portrayal of Alec, his family, or the tragic events that it sensationalizes. Murdoch was convicted on March 2nd, 2023, after a 6-week televised trial in Walterboro, South Carolina, that drew global attention. Prosecutors argued he killed Maggie and Paul to distract from a web of financial crimes and drug addiction. Murdoch testified that he loved his family and insisted on his innocence. He is now serving 2 consecutive life terms, but has appealed his convictions to the South Carolina Supreme Court. Meanwhile, he has admitted to stealing millions from his law firm and clients, crimes that also carry lengthy prison sentences. The Hulu dramatization portrays Murdoch's relationship with his younger son Paul as volatile and even physical. One scene shows him shoving Paul to the ground, a depiction his lawyers call fiction. The series also emphasizes Alec's addictions, with scenes of him slurring, falling asleep mid-meal, and drooling on himself. Murdoch acknowledged on the stand that he was abusing opioids during that time. The Murdoch family once reigned over South Carolina's 14th Judicial Circuit for nearly a century, producing 3 generations of solicitors. That lineage collapsed with Alec's arrest and conviction, leaving the family name synonymous with corruption, deceit, and death. While I was digging through articles, I have now found former Murdoch housekeeper set to sell a book about her time with the family. A new book is coming out about the Murdoch family. The book, Within the House of Murdoch, is a memoir of Bianca Simpson's time with the family. She said it will go more in depth of the lives of Maggie and Paul Murdoch. Bianca Simpson was a housekeeper and personal assistant for the Murdoch family. She testified in the trial against Alec Murdoch, saying Maggie told her she was concerned about money. Simpson also testified about the state of the home the night of the murders, saying things were out of place. The housekeeper later adopted one of the Murdoch's dogs. Have y'all been following this family? This horrific mystery, because it's still a mystery. There's a lot of deaths. There's a lot of family members. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that still have to be put together, in my opinion. And I'm invested. Oh, I'm into it. I've been needing some fresh new stuff to watch and follow and discuss with y'all, and I think we found it. Now, Hulu's series, the latest series, is not the only series that's out there, documentary, podcast, or whatever. There are many, many videos, many, many deep dives, many podcasts, many YouTube videos. There's a lot of stuff out there. So curious to know if you've watched anything or if you're watching the current series on Hulu, Murdaugh, Death in the Family. I can't wait to read y'all's feedback. Maybe in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe if you're new here. Probably should have said this before, but if you've made it this far, my name is Amanda Ray, and over here I like to discuss all the things that I'm watching, that I'm into. I know a lot of you watch and follow the same things, so let's talk all about it.